and you can do that as many times as you please. Ensure as well that you are stretching it out after if you need. Always listen to your body. So the next exercise we are running through with HD is a calf strengthening exercise as well as an ankle stabilizer. So we're going to revisit with our glute band that we had earlier. So we're going to put this around our shin bones. Now, HD, hold that band up for me so they can all see that. We're going to twist that in the number 8. Yep, so we've got two kind of little holes happening here. You're going to feed your legs through each of those holes. So she's going to place it there and around the mid-shin. Good work, HD. Awesome. Now, try and make sure as well the band is nice and smooth so it's not creating any tension on your shin bones there. Awesome. So she's going to turn out her feet and she's going to have her legs to a point where it's quite comfortable. If you want a bit more of a challenge, the further away your feet are, the harder it is, or the closer it is easier. So she's going to keep her heels all the way forward. She's going to make sure as well that she's squeezing into her glutes, and we're also working our turnout muscles here while we're at it. Awesome, squeezing that tummy. She's going to go for 10 rises with just fingertips on the bar. Okay, perfect. And you're going to rise up. What the band is creating here is tension and making sure that the ankles need to work 10 times harder to get up into the rise that we are trying to develop here. Good, nice HD. Awesome, we're up to 3 everyone, so making sure that you're joining in. Make sure that those heels are facing all the way forward. Nice work. Good, and 5. Squeeze. If you want a bit more of a challenge, take the arms to 5th. Beautiful, and 6. Squeeze. It's all about control with this exercise, guys, making sure that the heels are facing all the way forward. Tension on that band. Good, 8. Heels all the way forward. 9, lifting nice and tall. And 10. She's going to hold this last one here, guys. As much as you can, you want to keep the rotation. She's going to plie down, staying up on her demi point. She's going to lower her heels down and stretch those legs. We're going to do 5 reps of these. Good. 2, plie down, keep the rotation, work on the control. Heels down and squeeze. And 3. Nice work, HD. Awesome. Now, if you're finding that too challenging, guys, you may place your hands back onto the bar or a wall or a chair, whatever you guys have at home. So that's totally up to you for what level you are up to. Good, that's the last one. Now she's going to reverse it when she finishes off this rep. So she's going to start now in a plie. Good, heels all the way up. Squeeze those legs and inner thighs together and lower. Great. 2, squeeze, keep the rotation, HD. And down, a little bit more tummy. 3. Good, 4, nice and tall. Last one, and just hold it at the end as well, guys, just to challenge yourselves, see where your balance is at. Good, holding that there. Take your arms out to second, lengthening up nice and tall, extension through the fingertips. Ankles, make sure that they're pushing as far away from the band as possible, like you're tearing that band apart, and lower those heels down and rest. Well done, guys. And it's like I said earlier, if you would like a little bit more of a challenge, the further away your feet are, the harder it is, and also you can take your hands off the bar like HD did. The next exercise we will be taking you through is an exercise that will help you with jumping off the floor, so elevation, and it will also help you with strength within your ankle and your foot, which is what we're here for. So applying the block, all blocks are different. Preferably, we would like a block that is a little bit more spongier, so we're working those deep muscles within your foot. If it's a harder block, that is totally okay. If you don't have a block, you can definitely use a step or anything that is a little bit elevated off the floor that is nice and stable. So HD's placed her block on the floor like so. She's going to place one foot in the middle of the block, making sure that her heel is coming off the block as well. So we're wanting to increase our range of motion through our ankle joint. So our heel is going to drop lower than our toes. Okay, so this is going to progressively build up a lot of tension within your ankle and your calf muscle area, so just be careful. And making sure when you start to cramp as well, take a rest and come back into the exercise when you're ready. So HT is just going to do a petit retire with the other leg. That other leg is not so much important, so just keep it nice and relaxed. Just make sure you point your foot always. We're here for feet, aren't we, HT? Yes? So the easy option with this exercise, hands are on the bar. Harder option, which HT will demonstrate on the second side, will be in the center or arms coming off the bar in first position, or wall or chair. So leg's going to be in petit retire. She's going to drop her heel all the way down, allowing for a calf stretch. She's going to engage her calf muscle, keeping that knee nice and straight, rising all the way up, pushing into the block, making sure her ankle is staying nice and stable, okay? Then she's going to drop her heel all the way down, allowing that heel to drop all the way down. We're just going to start at 8 reps. You're coming up for 2 and down. 3, good, nice work. 4, ankle nice and strong there, HT. And 5, make sure you're engaging your core and pulling up nice and tall. 6, watch that ankle alignment. And 7, good. 8, nice work there, HT. And 9, ooh, we said 8 and now we're going to 10, that's fine. And 10, a little bit of a challenge for you all. If you needed to stop at 8, that is so fine, and rest. Make sure after this exercise, like HT, because I know she's dying but not showing it to you, she's stretching out her calf muscle. And please make sure that you guys do that because it is quite an intense exercise. Great. We're going to the other side. HT is going to do it in the center. If you want to join and up for a challenge, you're more than welcome to. If not, just stay at the bar or at the wall. So HT is going to actually come and face the center, or do you want to face the side? Which side do you feel? Center. Center? Now some work. All right, place that block onto the floor. She's going to go to the other side. Nice work. So keeping that core activated. She's rising up. 1. You can also play around with your arms as well here, guys. Place them on your shoulders. You can put him up to 5th. Good. 3. Control their HT. Good. 4. Tummy muscles wrapping to the glutes as well, guys. 5. Allow that heel to drop. 6. All the way down, all the way up. 7. 8. And 9. Good. 10 all the way up. And rest. Awesome work, HT. Stretch it out. Now, as you start to get tired with that exercise, you'll start to realize, and I'll get HT to demonstrate for you, that your knee will start to bend and start to rise up. We don't want that happening. We want to make sure that you're fully engaging the whole back of your leg into your glute, hamstrings, and calf to lift that heel off the floor. So HT, just demonstrate with your knee bending to come up for me. So she's going, choose the other leg so they can see that there properly. Good girl. So once you start to get tired, you'll start to notice that this knee, keep that straight, and then bend it to rise up. That knee will start to become a little bit unstable, which we don't want happening. We want to see beautiful big smiley faces on our kneecaps and pulling up all the way up to the front of the leg. Yep. So HT's just corrected itself there. Awesome, and you may rest. Good. So if you start to notice that, reset yourself and make sure that you either have a parent or a sibling or anyone at home that if you start to feel that happening, they can pull you up on it as well. Start at 8 reps. We just jumped to 10, sorry. Starting off with a challenge, but if you are starting to feel that again, start to become quite comfortable with it, bump it up by 2. Yeah, so go up to 12, go up to 14, go up to 16. See how many reps you can go up to. The more reps, the more stronger you'll become. And let us know how you go with it. So the next exercise we'll be taking you through is more predominantly focused for pirouettes and jumps. So we're engaging our hip flexors along with our feet and working our feet as well. So HT is going to grab her glute band again, as well as her block. And with the glute band, you are going to make that figure 8 shape like we did earlier in the module. You're going to place that, this band around the arches of your feet. So you don't want to bring it up towards your shin bones like we did earlier. Awesome. Now we have our block placed, short block facing towards you. HT is going to place one of her feet in the center of that block there. Awesome. Now the other foot, great, the other foot is going to come into like a baby retire with a flexed foot. So having a flexed foot here is working on that ankle strength and making sure that she's really engaging that ankle there to keep that band on her foot, as well as having the resistance from the band there as well. So what's going to happen is from here, she's going to plie and lift that knee up slightly to her belly button. So engaging her belly button, nice flat back, like Cappuccino the sausage dog, always. Yes, and squeezing. And then after her plie, she's going to stretch, and then she's going to rise all the way up and lift that knee up again and lowering down. So there's always going to be tension on that band. Two options again for this is to have your hand on the bar if you need to for a little bit more of a beginner level. If you want to challenge yourselves, you can have your hands on your hips or in first position. You can choose either way. Okay, HD is going to choose the challenging side of things today, and we're going to start at 6 reps, just 6, as it is quite an advanced exercise. So knee comes up, flexing that foot, she's bending. She's straightening, knee to belly button, squeeze to rise. Again, keeping that knee nice and straight as you're rising, guys. Watch the foot on the block. Good, plie. Stretch, watch the knee over the toes. Rise. Lower, beautiful. And 3. Stretch and lift. Good. If you need to reset like HD is, you're more than welcome to as well. And 4. And rise. Lower. Good. 5. And squeeze. Last one. And 6. Good. And squeeze. Tall, 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 tall. And lower and rest. Awesome. Purpose of the block there as well there is to make sure that, again, those little muscles within those feet are really, really working to keep your foot nice and stabilized. Tell me if you've done turns before and your foot's wobbling around all over the place. I know for myself back when I was turning, not sure about you HD, but I know some dancers really experienced that on a high scale. So that exercise there is great to just strengthen those little muscles to control that ankle movement. Let's go to the other side. Like HD is doing, twinkle toes all the way around. Great, so going on to the other side, keeping that nice and controlled. Again, hand on the bar, hand off, wherever you need to, wherever your level's at, and plie. Keep the knee tracking over the toes, and rise, lift that knee up. Good, and down, and plie. Good, and a rise. Lower, tension on that band. 3. Squeeze, rise, lower. 4, squeeze that tummy, guys, as much as you can. Knee to belly button. And 5, is that 5 HD? Thank you. And a rise. Good, and a 6. Awesome work, guys. Squeeze, up, and lower. Awesome. Did you find that challenging, HD? Yes, it is quite a challenging exercise. Where did you feel at HD, actually?
In my glutes and ankles.
So point to those areas for me. So
when I was lifting, like
there.
the ankle, trying to keep it.
So ankle
flexed.
joint there, so all there, keeping it flexed. And did you feel in your hip flexor as well?
Yeah, there and on my supporting side.
And supporting side. So all those areas, guys, if those are burning, you're doing the right job. Make sure as well, guys, when you are plieing that the knee is tracking over the toes. We don't want to see our knees swinging side to side at any point. Otherwise, that will go into some injuries, and we don't want that to happen. All right? Start at 6. Again, progressively add 2 if you need to. We'll hopefully see you in the next exercise. So moving on to our next exercise, guys, which this exercise is actually a very common exercise that we use a TheraBand, and you're probably very aware that you place it around your foot and you do your foot exercises as given from your physios. As me, I'm studying physiotherapy at the moment, and we've established that this exercise has kind of evolved a little bit. And we want to make sure that we're using the whole bottom of our foot, which is called your plantar fascia. For anyone that is interested to look that up, you're more than welcome to. So that runs, HD, just flex your foot, that runs from literally the top of your foot here all the way down to your heel. We want to be making sure that we're utilizing that whole tendon there as much as we possibly can. So, HD, instead of wrapping it around the arch of our foot, we're going to wrap it around the whole foot as HD is demonstrating there. Bottom of the heel, all the way up above the toes. She's going to squeeze that band as hard as she can. Now, in terms of band strength, you're more than welcome to use whatever strength you like. HD, I think, has got roughly about a medium here, which is a good start as well if you're been dancing for a long time. If you're new to dancing or new to the modules, just start off with a lighter band and you can progressively add a heavier band if you need to. Now, from here, HD is going to push her toes. She's going to stay in a demi-point position. She's going to go all the way down to keep her toes all the way up towards the ceiling, and she's going to lift her foot up. HD, just take your foot out to second as well so they can see that action. Great, so she's going to lower her foot all the way down, keeping the toes up. We're doing 6 reps again here, and lifting up from the toes, leading the heel to the opposite direction away from you. Make sure you're pulling that band. Good, and lengthen, 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 lengthen. Good job, we've got 3 more. All the way down. And all the way up. Beautiful. And all the way down. Making sure that those toes are not pushing down on that band at any point. Good, last one, and she's going to hold it there down at the base of that repetition there. From here now, she's just going to articulate her toes, which again, you guys are very probably common with this exercise, but we've just changed it a little bit with the band, so there's a little bit more tension and we're involving the whole foot. Good, lengthening down. Good, HD. Again, 6 reps of these. So we're up to 4. Beautiful. And up. Lengthen the toes. Long toes as much as possible. You don't want to get that crunchy kind of shape that some teachers may call them cashew feet. Don't know what your teachers may call them. And up, we don't want that, that shape there. So long toes as HD is demonstrating there. Great. And then she's going to come all the way up to a flex foot. Now she's going to involve that whole action into one. So she's going to go all the way down with her feet and toes and all the way back up. Good, 6 reps again here, guys. All the way down for 2 and all the way up. More tension on the band as you progressively go through this as well. Keeping that tension on that foot. Don't sickle that foot as well when you're going down. Making sure you're watching the alignment of your ankle as you go down. Awesome, HD. Last one. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Beautiful tension. Look at those strong arms pulling that band. And rest. Let's go to the other side, guys. Well done. Make sure you're giving that foot a bit of time to recuperate as well. And let's progress to the other side. Awesome. Make sure that that band, guys, is really wrapping underneath that heel and all over 5 toes as well. All right, just to the demi point. Toes up and lift those toes all the way up. Make sure that that heel is coming all the way forward as she comes in and up. Beautiful. And 3. Nice tall spine here as well, guys. Working on that posture as we do as dancers. And 4. Squeeze. Heel, heel, heel. 5. And up. Good. 6. And holding that there. Lengthening those toes all the way down now for 6 reps. Just the toes. And up. 2. Up. Good. 3. Pulling that band nice and tight as well, guys. 4. And up. 5. Up. And 6. All the way up to a flex foot. Brilliant. And now she's going to go all the way down to the base of her point and coming all the way up again for 6 reps there, guys. Good. 2. And up, nice tall body. 3, long, lengthen away from the body as well as you point that foot. 4, pull that band in the opposite direction to create more tension. 5, squeeze. Last one, and 6, and up, and rest. You probably felt like you got an arm workout as well in that, guys, which is great, HD, yes. With that as well, more resistance on the band, so pulling that band as tight as you possibly can to increase the load on the foot. You can also increase the tension of the band as well, so moving up to a more stronger band, so a harder band, so more the black bands if you need to, if you've got quite strong feet and you want a bit more of a challenge. Again, you can increase the reps as other exercises that we've done previously in the module. Let us know how you go with that. So as our previous exercises that we've just done, they were all the strengthening component of this module. Now moving forward, HD and I are going to take you through more of the stretching side of your feet. So that's more focusing more on the top part of that foot there. And there's only going to be 2 exercises for this, as there's not really much more that you can do with the feet side of things for our stretching. So first exercise that we're going to need a block and our TheraBand. So as we had them earlier, they should not be too far away from you. They should be quite close. So she's going to wrap the band around the top part of the foot here. So making sure that her foot is nice and pointed, and she's going to make sure that the band is nice and secure around those front part of the toes. Now the block, I'll hold that for you, HD. The block's going to go underneath her knee like so. Now the band that we've just pulled underneath is going to go underneath that block. Now we are going to be straightening and bending that leg. So we want to make sure that there is the most tension as the knee's bent, so then when we extend that leg, there is extreme tension, so we're stretching that front part of the foot into the shin as well, so that front part of the leg there as well. So HD is going to pull that band as tight as she can, which she's already done. She's going to fully extend that leg with that beautiful foot, lovely, and she's going to bend it back down. So we're creating tension, releasing tension, all the way up and all the way down. Going for 10 reps for these, all the way up and all the way down. One hand should be on the block and one hand on the band just to secure that as well there, guys. Good. And down. And 6. Squeeze that block. Good. 7. Long foot as well as, guys. Make sure that foot's nice and long. And 8. Good. 9. You can also readjust the band if you feel the band is starting to loosen as you're doing this exercise here, guys. Yeah, so in between each rep. Good, just like HD just did then. Good, last one is she's going to hold it up at the top. Squeeze, long, 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 and resting that down. So we're also engaging the front part of the leg here into the quad as well. So what tends to happen as dancers, we get these beautiful, long, beautiful lines, and we forget about the foot. Yeah? You've probably had a photo of that, probably at Showcase or something like that, where our foot's up and our foot's not pointed. So we're trying to engage and get that coordination between our quad and our legs. So as our leg is straightening, we've got that beautiful long pointed foot. Let's go to the other side for me, HD. Good job. Good, so yep, there you go. Awesome. Make sure as well you're sitting up nice and tall throughout this exercise to release the tension out of your hip flexors as well. You might struggle like HD getting into the stretch. That's all right. Make sure that block is nice and underneath that knee there so we've got good range of motion happening. And extending that leg up, 1. And down. Good. 2. Down. Long leg, 3. And down. 4, sitting up nice and tall as well here, guys. 5, keep that block nice and stable there, HD. And 6, push into the block with the back of the knee. 7, and 8. Nice work, guys. Good job. 9, long leg, and 10, and hold. Really push that back of the knee into the block, lengthening. Big smiley faces on your kneecaps as well to pull up into your quads. Good. 3, 2, and 1, resting down. Awesome work. So with that exercise, if you want to progressively make it a little bit harder, you can actually extend that into your splits. And if you have a foam roller at home, you can place the band exactly how we just did, but replace the block with the foam roller, and you can go into a split shape. So you're extending your legs even further. That's a challenge. You guys can post that and tag Radar and myself in it and see how you guys go. Final exercise that HD and I will be taking you through, Module 20, All Things Feet, is our final stretching exercise for the top part of our ankles. So as you can see, we have a block and we have a bar. So if you guys don't have a bar at home or a stretch ladder, you may use a chair or even a partner, so your parents or a sibling at home. So what's going to happen is HD is going to, with this exercise, I would like you guys to take it nice and slow and make sure that you're listening to your bodies. If you can as well, have a mirror directly in front of your feet so you can see what's going on. So as you can see, HD is over her toes right now. Her ankle bones need to be squeezing together, so the purpose of the mirror is to make sure that you can see that. She's going to bend her knees over the top of her feet. Now, she's not sitting back on her feet here, otherwise she's going to be crunching her toes, and we don't want to be separating our toes from our feet. We want to make sure that the knees are projecting forward. From here, she's sitting her bottom back, but her knees are pulling up nice and tall to lengthen that front part of the ankle bone there. From here, she's going to lift up, keeping that angle of her legs, and she goes back down, lengthening the feet, and 2, we're just doing 3 reps, last one after this, and 3, and down. She's going to come all the way up, and she's going to use the bar to get herself up and to release those feet, forming nice and gently, and stretch it out. We're going to just do one more set of them, HD. Good, just take your time. Make sure you take your time between each set as well. Just give your feet the adequate rest that they need as much as possible. All right, HD's already up. She's going to go back down, sitting up nice and tall, long spine. Use the bar as much as you can, but make sure your knees are pushing forward and down. Ankle bones gluing together. That is the most important part of this exercise, is the alignment of her ankles. So we're not sickling at any point. Good, last one there, guys. Ankle bones gluing together, and use that bar to squeeze up, knees together, and slowly relax out of that. Good job. Well done, guys. Awesome. High five, HD.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Look at that one. Good. Woo! Oh, hi. We're just looking at some before and after shots that we would love for you to send us after this module has been completed by you. You might do it once, you might do it 40 times.
Totally up to you.
We are so excited to see the end results. HD's been doing them, obviously, because she's been preparing for the module with Coach Zed, and you guys are going to join us as well. Thank you so much, Coach Zed, for your amazing expertise in feet and legs, and thank you, HD.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
We can't wait to see you guys around the world.
Enjoy.